Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining me. My name is Miss Jill Louise Starr, and today I'm going to read page 3 of the preparatory committee meetings to establish an international criminal court, and they were closed meetings that I attended at the United Nations building in New York City in February 2001. And as everybody can see, while I was at that meeting, I snagged these papers here. They have the barcode of the United Nations on them, so they are not fake in any way. I just lost my place. Oh, I was in the meeting by accident. I didn't know that it was a meeting for only chief ambassadors of country or state missions and not NGOs, non-governmental organizations, such as I was affiliated with. In other words, it was a meeting that only ambassadors, the head ambassador of every country's mission to the United Nations could attend. No one could observe these meetings. For instance, Amnesty International was not allowed to observe, neither was anybody else. I took the place of a diplomat, a Serbian diplomat, who represented his country, the former Yugoslavia, because he had to attend business in Serbia that day of the meetings. And he asked me if I would fill in for him, and I said sure. So this is page 3 of what the ambassadors of the world and what the signatures of the Rome Statute of international law and human rights suggest to the court, and why I feel the court is corrupt. I think I stated why I think the court is corrupt on many occasions, first and foremost being that I witnessed the ambassadors of every country in the world have a substantive conversation about trading court verdicts of guilt or innocence and future judicial appointments at the International Criminal Court for funding. And in other words, the court would trade verdicts and future judges for future funding of countries that would offer it the most funding. It would trade verdicts. So therefore, it shouldn't be trying anybody. It's corrupt, and it should be closed down. Now, let me just move on to write page 3 here, which says, quote, "The conditions laid down by the state party which granted the exemption or reimbursement of monies, no exemption or reimbursement shall be accorded in respect of charges for public utility services provided to the court." Article 10, page 3, is entitled Funds and Freedom from Currency Restrictions. Article 10, Section 1 states, quote, "Without being restricted by financial controls of any nature, regulations, or financial moratoria of any kind while carrying out court activities, A, the court may hold funds, currency of any kind, or even gold, and operate accounts in any currency without declaring it while moving through state borders. B, the court shall be free to transfer funds, gold, diamonds, or currencies from one country to another country or within any country, and to convert that currency held by the court into another currency without declaring it to any part of the state it's in or the state of the money is going to or came from. C, the court may receive, hold, negotiate, transfer, convert, or otherwise deal with bonds, stocks, and other financial securities without saying anything about it. The court shall enjoy the same facilities, if any, in respect of exchange rates of currency for its financial transactions as or accorded to the most favorably treated foreign mission in that particular state party it's traveling in. So in other words, the International Criminal Court has all these freedoms of currency. It can trade currency at the highest rates. It can trade gold, and it doesn't have to tell anybody about it. And what this has to do with the Radvan Karadzic case and war crimes, I have no freaking idea. And if somebody else does, please make it known. Serge Bromitz, ICC prosecutor, sir, could you please tell me why you need to have favorable trading rights in gold and diamonds in the country the court participates in, and what this has to do with the Carriage case, please? Thank you. I impatiently await your response, sir. Part D says, the court shall enjoy these same facilities in any respect. It shall enjoy the most favorable rates of exchange for its financial transactions in any country it operates in, at the most favorable rates, and it will discuss the aforementioned with the foreign mission in the particular state party it is operating in at the time. Article 10, Part 2 states, quote, in exercising the International Criminal Court's rights under paragraph 1, it is strongly suggested the court shall pay due regard to any representations made by any state party insofar as it is considered that effect can be given to such representations without detriment to the interests of the court. Article 11 is entitled Facilities in Respect of Communications. Article 11, Part 1 states, quote, the court shall enjoy in the territory of any state party or any country in the world for the purposes of its official communications and correspondences treatment not less favorable than accorded by any state party or country's president to any when it associates with any intergovernmental organization or diplomatic mission in the matter of priority rates, taxes, financial exchanges applicable to mail and various forms of communication and correspondence is in the court's duties. 2. No censorship shall be applied to official communication or correspondences of and by the court. The court may use all appropriate means of communications, including electronic means, codes, encryption, and other forms of communications. The court shall have the right to use ciphers in its official communications and correspondences. They shall be inviolable. The court shall have the right to dispatch or receive correspondences by diplomatic courier in sealed bags, which shall be inviolate, and possess diplomatic immunity of all kinds. Let's see. We can move on to more of what the court states here on page 4 I'm looking for here. 5. The International Criminal Court shall have the right to operate radios and telecommunications equipment of all kinds on registered frequencies of any nature and those allocated to it by the state parties that are concerned with it. Article 12 is entitled Exercise of the Functions of the Court Outside the Court's Headquarters. Quote, in the event the court, pursuant to paragraph 3 of Article 3 of the Rome Statute, considers it desirable to sit elsewhere than at the headquarters at The Hague in the Netherlands, the International Criminal Court may conclude with the state concerned an arrangement with any country it concerns itself with concerning the provisions of the appropriate of making itself facilities for the exercise of its function in any countries with a diplomatic mission in presence of those countries. Article 12 is entitled Crimes under the Jurisdiction of the Court. Article 13 to 17 are without prejudice to Article 27 of the statute. Article 14 states is entitled Judges, Prosecutors, Deputy Prosecutors, and the Registers of the Court. Section 1, quote, the judges, prosecutor, the deputy prosecutors, and the register shall, when engaged or in respect they are conducting businesses of the court, they shall enjoy the same privileges and diplomatic immunities as are accorded to the heads of diplomatic missions. Whoa. So, in other words, hourly wage earners and clerks of the court are going to get the same immunities as the chief head ambassadors of every diplomatic mission of the world. Wow. I'd like to know why, and I think the world would like to know why. Now let's move on. The registers, prosecutors, deputy prosecutors, and other wage earners of the International Criminal Court with respect to carrying out their businesses of the court, will enjoy the same privileges and immunities accorded with the head of any diplomatic mission in the world. After the expiration of their terms in the International Criminal Court's office and their duties, they will continue to be accorded diplomatic immunity from legal prosecution of every kind, in respect of which is in anything they do which breaks the law in spoken and written or acts. So, in other words, in any official capacity. So the court states all court employees, after their expiration, after they are through working for this International Criminal Court, The Hague, they will continue to have diplomatic immunity that only head ambassadors have of every mission at the United Nations. And after they are done working with the court, they are free from prosecution of any kind, free from arrest, free from any persecution in any country in the world. Tell me why. Why? Why shouldn't everyone, any citizen, why shouldn't I have prosecution from arrest after I'm done working for Ford Motors then? Why shouldn't anyone else have prosecution from arrest? Why does any freaking employee of this International Criminal Court, which now exists, be exempt from prosecution? If they kill someone, murder someone, it states that they're not going to be arrested, that they have diplomatic immunity of the highest kind. This is crazy. And what the hell does this have to do with prosecuting war criminals? Please tell me. I'm losing my patience, and I am morally outraged, and I think every citizen of every country in the world is at this point. I'll continue further when I can hold it together a little bit more, because I am pissed.